They said they were helping people at the A hotel. They're not using that no more. They're paying them salaries, and so they came over today just to help us recertify food stamps and probably apply for some housing, but they can't help us out no further. You know? And they got the funding for it. There's guys like me who have an income, who've never been able to use affordable housing, can't get it, but they're getting paid for staying there. They don't care about our safety. They don't care if we have to experience smelling hardcore drugs that we don't do. They can't even keep their own employees safe.
Only trying to offer hotel stay to those who are outside of residences or businesses because you want to get them out of sight. And we find huge problem with that, and never having successful housing unless he starts listening to the providers, to the unhoused themselves first and foremost, the advocates, and even the other professionals within the government who are telling him, you need to be honest and you need to, come out and say that this House 1000 initiative is not going to happen.
The emergency declaration extension vote tonight.
Correct.
What is your stance on that?
We do agree that it's an emergency. We haven't changed that stance, and we do think that we need funding behind an emergency. But we need city council, and some of them are actually very aware of these very issues we're highlighting today. But we need city council to stress to the mayor that they're not going to support the funding unless he makes these certain amendments. Or support it under the condition of doing these amendments to his policy, because the current policy as is a huge waste of money, and the money is not going directly to housing, nor is it going to the most vulnerable people who are asking for it and who need it.
My current beef with all of this is how they want to sweep everybody into a shelter. They want to get everybody out of sight and whatnot. And we all know that that's exactly what's happening. And you got all these new apartment buildings that are being built, and they're supposed to be 10% affordable housing. And you see all these buildings. Where's that 10% at? Where's our 10% of our affordable housing? Where's that at? See, you can actually build it on site, or you can build it off site. So how come the city council hasn't gone to all these people that are building and say, hey, where's our scratch? And why don't they do that and then go build apartments? And give it to somebody to go build apartments. You know what I'm saying? Do something instead of talking, running your freaking mouth, pushing people from one side to another to get your constituents happy. Now, when he came out and he said that he was going to clean things up, he was going to help the homeless. Well, he didn't mention that he was going to help the homeless into a warehouse. He didn't say he was going to help the homeless into a jail or to one of their shelters, was basically like being in jail, or somebody equated it to being in a halfway house, and I couldn't think of a better thing, or better expression, or better thing to call it, because it's exactly the way it is. One small infraction will get you kicked out. And if you're at one of the Denver Rescue Mission shelters, and you're going to be because they run almost all of them,
yes, they do,
and you get kicked out from there for one thing, and then you can't go to any of them until whatever.
Trying to change that. We're trying to change it. We're going to change it.
I've seen them kick out 80-year-old men in the middle of the night.
Yep.
Yeah, in the middle of the night, kick you out in the snow. They don't care, and it's being run by people
that don't care.
Have no stake in.
Only here for a check.
Caring about the homeless, or that's not even like a requisite. Like, it's just a job, and they come in there and they act exactly like that. They got a bunch of people running around. Respect me, respect my authority.
And you will respect my authority.
And if you don't, they kick you out. And what are you supposed to do when all the shelters are run by the Denver Rescue Mission?
Sucks.
That's my beef.
Yeah. Thank you.
The unhoused have come out here in force today. This is hard for us to organize. The community is behind them.
We want to speak.
We want people to speak their mind. Today was the vote.
You need to stay. You need to hear our voice.
And you voted to extend it. And we have real comments that people want to bring up and real concerns. So we're demanding that people stay here and listen to the voices of the community who is here, because we have a completely
More time.
We have people who need to speak.
If you did not get to speak tonight, please sign up for next Monday.
They're not signing up for next Monday. They want to speak now.
Thank you so much. We've got to get
We're going to keep speaking. We're going to keep speaking.
Who was next?
Carl.